Can you tell by the massive smile on my face that I've experienced lust before? Lust is sexual desire. It's wanting somebody and realizing that you really like them. I think, for me personally, lust is that feeling of your heart skipping a beat when somebody you fancy is around. The feeling of not being able to breathe properly, blushing, just the longing for them to be in your life as much as possible. It's smiling uncontrollably and not being able to stop. Lust is waking up at 2 a.m. and not being able to get back to sleep because you're too excited. I guess we often think of lust as a physical thing because it is about sex, and sex is such a physical act, but also we are told that to be desired and to be wanted and to be sexually attractive, we must look a certain way. It's always about visual, it's always about how do I fit into society's view of what is attractive and what is sexy. And I think that's missing out on a huge area when it comes to lust, because to me, lust, in one word, summed up, I would say sensual. There are so many senses involved in lust, and I think if you're only focusing on sight, you're really missing out. Yeah, scent is a good one. It's so sexy and powerful and captivating when you get engulfed by some glorious aroma given off by some glorious person. I think that can be a really good telltale sign that you like someone, when you hug them and you breathe in their scent and you're just like, oh yeah. So many times I've been walking along the street and I'll just be chatting to my friend and I smell a lovely masculine scent, and as a straight woman it just makes me literally turn my head. I know I'm not going to be able to see them, but I still just go, ooh, who are you? I think if you can make a blind girl turn her head, you're not doing bad in attraction. A good voice can really ramp up your score on the sexy scale. You can literally be a 3, and if you speak nice, you go right up to an 8. I think we've all heard those voices, be it actors or famous people or just people in your life, where you're like, God, I just want you to read me to sleep every night. In the past, when I've had crushes on people, hearing their voice has been what I imagine it's like to be sighted and somebody you really like walks into the room. I hear their voice and I'm like, oh my God, they're here. It's on. Let's go. Accents too. If you sound different from what I'm used to, that's a turn on. Bonus point if you've got an accent. Touch is probably the most obvious one. Surely you can lust and have sexual feelings for someone when you touch them. But actually, even when it's just in a very innocent way, you know, you're on a first date and you accidentally brush hands or they playfully touch you on the arm, it's so electrifying. It's like, oh, did they mean to do that? Should I do it back? Oh my God, yeah, that's lust to me, is that connection that you make when somebody physically touches your skin and you feel it and your whole body just goes, oh. I remember for a long time feeling like I'm not sexy. How can I be sexy because I'm disabled? I can't see. It's not sexy to have a disability. And I remember one day I just thought to myself, hang on a minute, Fern. You are a girl who has to use her hands as her eyes. How is that sexy? How is that not sexy? Surely the whole concept of that is just pure gold. It made me feel so empowered and confident and see myself in a new light, and it just opened up a whole new world of possibilities. And I thought, hey, if somebody doesn't think that attraction can happen with somebody who has to use her hands for her eyes, I don't know what page they're on, but it ain't the same page as anyone who's ever experienced a really good time. Taste. Can taste be sexy? Just kissing. I'm just gonna stop at kissing for taste. To me, being blind doesn't mean you can't experience lust at all, and thank God for that, because It's one of the best feelings I've ever experienced. Sexual desire will always win over disability. Anyone can lose their sight at any time, and emotionally, they will be exactly the same. The needs that they have intrinsically won't change because they can't see anymore. Desire doesn't just decease due to disability. It's still there, you still desire people, you still want people to desire you, you still want all of that stuff. I can't imagine a world in which if I lost my sight, I would also lose my desire for people and my desire for sex and human connection in that way. If there is a message in this, it is, if you can't see, you still are extremely sexy and should feel very confident and should be able to get out there and feel like you're going to experience all of those things. That isn't off the table for you. If you are fully sighted, I would encourage you at some point, maybe take the plunge and see what taking sight away in your relationship can do for your lust. I think removing your vision, whether that be turning the lights off, blindfolding each other, depends how kinky you are in your relationship, that can keep lust alive. Let's face it, when we've been with our partners a long time, we're not always quite so supercharged and excited as when we first met. But if you want to bring a bit of a spark back into the relationship, try those other senses, because I think you will be pleasantly surprised. How do you experience lust in your dating life or relationships? Let me know in the comments below. Is it all about visual, or is there other stuff too? And if you want to find out more about having a long-term relationship with someone who's blind, maybe even a marriage, click this link here and I'll meet you there. The whole concept of that is men who don't want someone. No, not necessarily men. It's something... Oh, shut up. Although, if they've been to the gym, that can make you lust after them for other reasons. There is a van outside and it's making noise.